think about or talk about the unknown, feelings of fear or anxiety or resistance really come up and really arise. And I think there's many reasons why most people so often just stay in the same little comfort zone or the strange nexus of comfort. But what I'm going to illustrate in this video and the principle we're going to talk about is that it's actually an essential process and something that we need, we want, and we crave, but simultaneously push away. So what I mean by that, and to really break that down, is number one, we don't know what we don't know. Number two, we can't miss what we've never had. And number three, if we've never tasted something, we don't really know what it is. And how that relates is that there's so many experiences, whether those be states of consciousness, there's different levels of consciousness, different levels of perception and thought and relating that we don't even see, we don't even miss, we don't even realize exist because we've never tasted or touched them before. Now obviously we're looking at this in sort of a personal development or evolution or expansion sort of context. So why this relates is oftentimes we say we want to achieve something, we want to have something, we want to manifest something, whatever, and we develop this pre-notion idea or this fixed idea. Well, this is the possibility, this is the other possibility, this is the other possibility, that's it, the end. But in reality, there's so many potentials, there's so many paradigms and strategies and techniques that really we don't even realize exist because we've never had them, we never even tasted them. But if we can be more flexible, more open, more kind of following the lines of a lot of stuff I talked about in the videos as far as not being so structured and hypnotized by thought, not being so obsessed and dominated by thought, but just using thought as a tool like it is very important, it's very essential, and also allowing these other things to play their natural role. So what I mean by that, and I'll just use a story to illustrate. So in the last couple of weeks, I've had some really amazing, life-changing body work. The first was, number one, getting my brain sort of readjusted. Number two, getting my entire jaw and my mouth just completely readjusted. Which were two possibilities I didn't necessarily even have on my radar. So someone had referred me to a new practitioner, and I thought, okay, well, I'll check them out, see what they're into, see what they're all about. So I'm talking to this person, going through my history. Oh, you had braces? Oh, wow. Has anyone ever worked on your mouth? I'm like, what do you mean? This doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what you're talking about. So what happened is this person obviously went in actually in my mouth, in my structure of my jaw and everything, and just said, oh, feeling around, oh yeah, this is out, this just, the structure is messed up, I'm going to readjust it. Boom, reset everything within 10 minutes. Had a completely new jaw structure, had a completely new structure for my palate. My mouth feels completely different. It's bigger, it's wider, it's more spacious, it's more comfortable, have less jaw tension, which means less neck tension, which means less tension in the body in general. So, but I never even realized that was a possibility. I was just walking along thinking, well, if I do this, then if I do that, and blah, blah, blah. But really, this other thing was just sitting over here all the time, and then I never even knew it was a possibility. But then I tried to experience it, opened up to it, and then boom, completely life-changing. Secondary to that, started talking about, brain stuff and head stuff and consciousness and these sort of things. So, turns out this person does manipulation where they can actually manipulate things in the brain. So I had actual structures in my brain that were out of place that were put back in place. Things that were out of balance and out of rhythm put back into rhythm. And then from there, to wrap it all up, just rearrange the whole structure of my cranial bones, because obviously if you readjust the jaw, readjust up here, you need to make sure everything's balanced and harmonious. All three things which never really experienced before, never really realized and had as a frame of reference. Sort of just had my little thing of, well, this is what I've done and this is what I might do, and that's it, the end of story. In reality, there's all this other stuff that just exists that we have no idea about. Another example of that was at this session with the person, and my pericardium was apparently sticking to my lungs a little bit or something. It's out of place. The person did some readjustments on my neck and on my chest, and then boom, put it back in place. What do you know? Get up off the table, feel completely reborn, completely just differently embodied in an amazing, pretty interesting way. So it's just illustrating the principle that, in illustrating the whole reason why we're always talking about not being so fixed, not being so rigid, and not being so narrow in our perspective, whether that's something we want or something we're trying to create or a person or a place or whatever it might be. Because if we're so focused on this, we're potentially missing all of the other possibilities that could come in, that it might actually be better, might actually be a really helpful thing. You know, I could have, in that instance when someone said, hey, go check out this guy, he's pretty cool, I could have been like, man, you know, I already know all these other people, they're great, they're amazing, they're the best, they do all of this stuff, which is true, but I could have just stuck with that and thought, no, well, they get the job done and they know what they're doing. But I said, you know what, cool, let me just see what this is about. And then what do you know, completely new door opened of possibility, of perception, of experience, of sensation, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully from looking at it in those different ways, you understand the principle that I'm talking about here and a lot of the reasoning for a lot of the stuff that we talk about, and just see how it's important, how it relates, and how it's very impactful when we can actually apply it. Now obviously we're all at different places, and it's really not about mastery, it's not really about getting it right or being the best, it's just about taking a step and just seeing what that step is all about, and then taking another one, and then taking another one, and just following that out in the way that's right for us. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.